Did you know that Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast? Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone, the palm of your hand, or use a computer if you want. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. For Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with absolutely no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Start by downloading the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's anchor.fm to get started.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Where you at, Stereo? Styles, you can hear me, man. Check it. Check, mic check. Mic check. I sound to you, bro.
I have no idea what my earbuds are.
Mic check. I'm good over there, bro?
Yep.
All right, man. Let's go, man. How you doing tonight, man? You good?
I'm tired.
Man, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. You know what I'm saying? It's not me trying to
nap though.
I got one in today. I got a like a 35-minute nap in. But other than that, I ain't get to get to the point where I got a lot of rest. But I did get a lot of rest in. Some rest in. I ain't gonna say a lot. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, goddammit, tonight. I'm gonna piss some people off. I'm just gonna go ahead and let everybody know. You might be pissed off with your boy tonight, cause I'm gonna say some stuff you might not like. And don't give a damn if you do it or don't. I ain't sending no rope. I ain't sending no olive branches. I'm gonna give it to you the only way I know how to goddamn give it to you. And that's straight goddamn in your face.
And you gonna apologize afterwards?
Take it. Nah, I ain't no apologizing, man. I'm gonna shoot the truth on how I feel in this situation. We don't have to always agree. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting everybody populate in right now before we go into deep to our conversation. But I no apologizing, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I hate that. You know what I'm saying? Tonight is not a conversation to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Whatever to talk about them. You know what I'm saying? I really don't care about other people's relationships, because I won't want people in my relationship. I don't did things in my relationship, things been done to me in a relationship that I don't feel like it's for everybody else to know about. But also, I just want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, a lot of stuff that people say they have a problem with until they start doing it to other people. You know what I'm saying? I feel like celebrities get a lot of bull crap, a lot of BS, because who they are, and people try to act like, you know what I'm saying, they're not real human beings. So tonight definitely gonna be one of them, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it and see what we come up to. I do want to make a disclaimer though. I want to put this disclaimer out there, and I know I can speak for Styles and me. I don't believe no man should be hitting a woman absolutely at any time at all. I don't believe a woman should be hitting a man at any time at all. And I do understand people love to say, I would never do something. Tell me that after you go through the situation. This part of my life, I think I talked to Styles about this before. We ain't ever hit a woman before, so you know what I'm saying. We good in that area all together. So we ain't never hit nobody before, so therefore that we good. And
although I have pushed y'all down a couple times, I will admit that.
All I have ever did in one situation, I stepped on a high school girlfriend. Me and my guy, she was chasing us, and I got pinned in a situation, so I gave her the Heisman pose. Right? And you know what I'm saying, just for clarification, I found this individual, sent her the app and sent her what I was gonna say about our situation, and that she could come on and get her take on how she felt about that incident. So if she show up, man, hey, bro, uh, full disclosure is what I'm about, bro. I don't hide nothing. I ain't perfect. I don't pretend to be perfect, and I'm never gonna be perfect. But God damn it, I tell you this right here. I ain't never laid a hand on nobody other than that Heisman pose. Usually, I ain't gonna put myself in a situation that's gonna make me do that. Let's go to the queue as everybody filtered in. Let's see what we got already. I just want to say this boy Mike 24. That the LA Styles, aka Stereo Styles. Let's go.
With the whole Quavo and Saweetie situation, it's not even that big of a deal. They weren't even fighting.
Mm-hmm.
She obviously was running away with something that was his. I'm making an assumption, but whatever was in that bag, he did not want her to have, so he kind of just grabbed her and tried to grab the bag. She kind of fell in the elevator on the floor. They both got up and they both went out. Like, it was nothing like aggressive or no beating, no slaps, no hitting, no punching. Like, they're making a bigger deal out of it, and I think it's obviously nothing. They're just celebrities, so people want to gossip and make more out of nothing, I guess.
Big facts, Cat, man. Shout out to Cat, man. I appreciate that, man. Hey, ladies, definitely the Cat, man. I appreciate that. The way I saw the incident the same way the Cat saw the incident, and this is my problem with the whole situation, right? I remember the Bow Wow situation and everything. When Bow Wow came, when they saw the police picture, he all straight up. They like, oh, Bow Wow got his tail kicked by a woman, right? Never said, hey, the woman put her hands on Bow Wow, she was abusing Bow Wow, nothing like that. They made light of it. This is my problem with women and people who come out and talk about Quavo did this and Quavo did that. I know if you listen to my shows, I have a southern drawl in my voice. Me and Quavo is not affiliated. I don't know the young man and that. But what I will say to little buddy is, man, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, situations like that, I'm pretty sure he didn't think he was gonna go that way. I mean, hey, he was trying to get his bag, which was the orange bag. Both of them might have been him, but the orange bag had some in it that he was like, hell no, you're not gonna get this. It could have been money, it could have been change, goddamn it could have been a heart, all we know. You know what I'm saying? Women always try to hurt the things that you know what I'm saying, that you feel like that you really love. For busting out your windows, for putting sugar in your goddamn tank, whatever. Women have always done it. And I'm not saying that all women do that. I'm not saying that all women do that. You know what I'm saying? On this show, we generalize everything. It's outliers and different takes on different things. But I just like to argue back to this right here. If you gonna call Quavo a abuser, when he absolutely didn't throw one punch, he could have kicked her when they both fell in the elevator. He could have been yelling, you know what I'm saying, cussing her out and all kind of things. He did none of that. Actually, after, you know what I'm saying, the elevator open, whatever like that, he could have just left her in there, but he did. He waited on at that time the woman that he was with. But why nobody is calling her abusive? She threw 2 punches at him. He connected with them guns. She like Floyd Mayweather in there, right? And we want equal rights and equal punishment. Why don't we always excuse the woman and her behavior? Oh, well, she was defending herself. You don't know that. You just gonna come off there because you see both of them fall in the elevator. If you feel like you can do the same thing a man do, then a man should be able to do the same thing a woman do. And I'm not telling nobody they should be hitting on nobody. Let me make that very clear. I don't want nobody out there to feel like I'm saying that you hit a woman. But what I will say is, bruh, really? She took some of his. He wanted to retrieve his property. She didn't want to give it to him. Obviously, she didn't want to give it to him. So when they went in the elevator, he got his hand on the bag. Boom. They both went down as he was yanking the bag. It was nothing. Absolutely nothing. If you're a man or woman on here who's been in a situation like this, let us know how you feel about the situation, whose fault you think it was, or it was nothing. Let us know what you got, man. It's your boy Black Knight 24. That is the LA Styles, Stereo Styles. What you got, brother? How you felt about it?
I feel like we as men are owed an apology. You know what I mean? I'm waiting to see you want to apologize today.
Oh, no.
I seen when the first video was released, I seen a lot of women online, on forums, on blogs and everything, killing this dude, his whole character.
Demolishing it.
Saying he was a woman abuser, you know what I mean? This, that, and the other. This what happens. Look what men do, so-called men do to women, and you know what I mean? All type of shit on that man character. Now, keep in mind, I don't even like dude or his music or his group. I don't like him, his music, or his group. Don't even listen to him. Of course, I've heard him. Don't listen to him at all. I've never listened to a whole song of theirs to say released. Don't care to. But on the first video came out, when it just shows the part inside the elevator, I still didn't understand after I seen the comments. Like, okay, what are they talking about? It don't even look like the dude touched her. So I'm not understanding. Then I see more comments that say, oh, it's more than just about a man physically laying hands on a female. Look how she hit the elevator. It's still abuse. I'm like, I'm confused. I'm confused because I'm a realist. All right, I live in reality. Always live in reality. Right. And everything that we want to go a certain way is not necessarily reality. How we live life is not necessarily how we want to live life is not necessarily. That's not reality. That's not reality at all. Right? You want to be able to do something, and quote unquote, this should be how it goes. That's not reality. We're talking about how it actually goes, not how you want it to go. Right? So, in real life situations, we all been in relationships. We know how it go in an argument. It can get physical. Not saying that it should get physical. Not even saying that punches was thrown. But we talking about reality. I'm not. Right. It's not a PR statement. We ain't giving PR responses.
Yeah, no.
Right? In reality, if you put your hands on somebody, you should expect to get your hands put back on you. That's reality. Not saying any man should put their hands on a female, let alone punch a female. It's a no-go. I'm from Mississippi. It's a no-go. It's a do not do ever. From what I'm right. But I, as a grown man, have been in situations where I had to duck and dodge and had to push a woman down. Like, not hard, but push a woman down to get out of a situation. Because it could have been bad for me if I didn't. Right? I could have been in the corner, and then I'm not the type of person to go to the extreme of beating up a woman or something like that. And I could have been put in a position where I was just getting my ass beat. And I can tell you now, that's not going to happen. I'm not just going to sit there and let anybody beat my ass. My mama can't even do it. Right. And she birthed me. I'm not going to sit there and let my mama just put her hands on me. So why would I let anybody else do it? So my reaction is get little, get up out of there, get ghost. You know what I mean? Get about the situation. That's my reaction. If I gotta push you down or push you away from me so I can get up out of here because I'm stuck in the corner, that's what I'm gonna do. Now, I'll say that all to say, I didn't see the man physically put his hands on the girl, on Saweetie. No disrespect to either one of them. And I don't like him. Right? So when I was like, I can't see the abuse. What are they talking about? Because this is like a tussle. Men and women do that every day. We do that every day. We don't like each other. We put these hands in each other's face. Girl, a woman go to the extreme, be poking you in your motherfucking face, poking you in your head. Don't nobody talk about that.
Man, hell no. Nobody say a goddamn thing.
Don't talk about that. Even when they get in a heated discussion, if you try to walk out the door, a woman will keep on pushing you back from the door. That's physically abuse. Don't nobody talk about that. Who's talking about that? Where's all the women then? They're like, it shouldn't be no abuse. What's going on here? Now, I say all that because after the second video came out, and it showed the full thing from before the elevator, before the actual inside the elevator, outside the elevator, when she was swinging at this nigga with haymakers, trying to hit him in his motherfucking face, knock his head off. I didn't see nobody come back in those same comments, or on those same forums, or on those same blogs and say that she was bogus. What was all the women that then, who were just killing this dude, to talk about physical abuse in a relationship, and then didn't have nothing to say when you seen the full video?
Right.
About what she was doing. Before he even got to that part, keep in mind, his reaction wasn't even a swing back. But y'all didn't come back in there and start killing her.
They won't.
About physical abuse, spousal abuse. Y'all didn't come back in there. Y'all didn't come back and say, you know what, man? That I ain't even see the whole thing. I apologize. That's an easy out. I ain't even see the whole thing. I apologize. I thought he was just off the rails. Didn't even do that.
They never gonna do it. They ain't gonna never do it, bro.
Didn't even do that. What we doing? It's about real life. Real life shit. I've seen, you know what I mean, the cross the line of spousal abuse. I didn't see that in the elevator. I did see that before the elevator, when the door was open and she was trying to swing and knock his head off. Keep in mind, women, there's some women who can hit you like they a dude.
Real.
But as a man, you expected to take that just because you a man? Keep in mind, this whole time, a lot of women like to, I mean, we equals. We can do everything a man can do. That doesn't mean that's here nor there, but it happens. How we equals, but then if I hit you, I'm bogus and I'm a woman beater and this, that, and the other. And if I do nothing, I'm a whole ass nigga.
Absolutely.
How we damned if we do, damned if we don't.
No matter what you do.
But we supposed to be equals. Because if I'm a dude, if I get hit by a dude, and who's gonna say anything about spousal abuse on my end? Who gonna do all the blogs and forums about me? Getting beat up by a dude. If I got hit by a woman, y'all just sit back and laugh. Oh, dude got hit by a woman. He got beat up by a woman. But then if I hit the woman, oh, you was wrong, man. You should be put in jail.
That is always a double standard. And I'm not, let me repeat it again, because you didn't hear it when we first came in. I don't believe no man should be putting his hand on a woman. You lower than the scum of earth. I definitely still don't believe a woman should be putting her hand on a man. There's a lot of women who run up on dudes all the time. Let's not act like that's not part of it. There's a lot of women who run up on men. You dead wrong. He shouldn't put himself in a situation where the outcome gonna look a certain way and need to shoot you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with taking a high road and be like, hey, bro, you doing too much. You doing too much. I'm out. But what I saw in the video was a man trying to retrieve his stuff from his woman. Nobody knows what was said. There's no audio for all the people who gonna say, oh, she was trying to leave her stuff. Obviously, she was trying to keep the orange bag. She didn't care about the black bag. So he felt like some in the orange bag was of his personal belonging. This is just my opinion. Not saying it's factual. That's what I saw in the video. Let's go to the queue, man. Let's get it.
I just want to say that I believe, before we even go to this, domestic violence is not funny at all. It's not a laughing matter. I know I get on here and I joke about the little African and everything like that, but that too was actually a very serious situation for me. But I do feel like in that particular situation with Saweetie and Quavo, it can be looked at as both sides. The situation started off as a back and forth. it's unfortunate that
Yes.
people still feel the need to put their hands on each other. Personally, that's something I've grown out of. I've learned to recognize red flags and walk away when it's just not right. But it kind of go back to what Bunny said.
Absolutely. I agree with her 100%. I just don't understand why people still feel the right that it's okay. When you was a little kid, your parent told you, all right, keep your hands to yourself. Rule 1 still applies when you get grown. Why when you get grown, you ignore the rule that your mama taught you or your dad taught you? Not understanding. Nobody should be hitting anybody in no situation.
I don't even like it.
Yo, real talk, that dude handled that shit with class. If you've seen the tweet and shit. But, shorty ratchet. I mean, you fuck with ratchet chicks, you gonna get them type of problems, bro. At the end of the day, you know, dude got, I mean, he look a certain way, but he look like he got way more class than that. He carry himself like he do too, real talk. So, I don't know. Hopefully it's a lesson for him. You know, hopefully he choose better and move forward. But, you know, women gonna be women. They gonna act, they gonna respond like it's like she the victim all the time. So it is what it is.
True. I mean, I'm along with him. I feel like he held stand back real truth. There's a lot of people who would have did worse. And not saying because somebody else would have did worse, I'm getting him a pass. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't gonna never give you a pass. Not if you're a man and I feel like you should do better, I ain't gonna never give you a pass. But I definitely thought that, you know what I'm saying, like you said, he held his own with real restraint. And he ain't never came out and bashed her or did nothing. Let's go to the queue.
The irony of it is if she would have slapped him in the face and he wouldn't have been a victim. Because, I mean, the one of the more popular elevator joints, when Beyonce, Jay, and Solange, ain't nobody say shit about Solange slapping Jay-Z ass and going hauling off on him. So, you know, they better stop talking this fair shit, men and women are equal shit, because y'all lie. Every time we prove yourselves wrong every time something happens.
Facts, bro. Ain't nobody asked Solange to do nothing, bro. Solange didn't have to face no kind of inquiry. No woman held her responsible. None of that. No blog said anything. Solange just got in there with Jigga and hey, the world just went in there, came out like that, nothing happened. Jigga was the bad guy until they figure out, oh no, she was wilding. He wasn't doing nothing.
They ain't say shit about Beyonce not doing shit either.
Nah, cause women get the
she didn't even
pass.
play referee. But Jay-Z would have been wrong if he hauled off and fucked your sister up then though, right? In the motherfucking elevator. He'd have been bogus.
Facts.
The dude only takes so much, man. It becomes I said this earlier, it becomes his instinct. You know what I mean? Like a dude might not even mean probably to hit you, but again, some of you women out there, well, anything can affect it. You know what I mean? She just hit you real hard, she slapped you real hard, or she just hit a nerve. You know what I mean? Or some women are strong, like dudes. They just know how to fight, or they just fight like a dude, closed fist. It'll rock you. It'll just be instinct or reflexes to defend yourself. You think about shit afterwards. Sometimes men fight each other like that. Like a dude just hit you and you just feel like, man, you just scraped that nigga. And you don't even think about it till afterwards, almost like you kind of black out. Y'all got to stop putting yourself in situations to always try to be confrontive physically to a man. For what?
Big fact.
Because you're not going to want the outcome if it's a worst case scenario. You're not going to want the outcome if it's a worst case scenario. You don't. And then you're going to cry. You're going to play the victim. Yo, you shouldn't have hit me. I thought you'd never do this to me. I thought, motherfucker, I didn't think you was going to be hitting me like you Kimbo Slice either. When I said that, I never felt your punch before. That's why I said that. Like, oh no, she cool. You know what I mean? But nah, I've been on the receiving end, and once you hit me the second time, I couldn't take no more. I couldn't get out the corner. You wouldn't let me out the house. You backed me into a weak spot. Even a cat, at some point in time, will scratch his way out of the corner.
Facts.
You keep putting his back against the wall, they'll fuck you up.
So true.
And again, not cool for a dude to put his hands on a woman, let alone be punching a woman. Again, I've been put in a situation where I had to push a motherfucker down to get out of a sticky situation. I didn't want to do that, but I ain't had no choice, or it was gonna get bad. So I had to push her down, and boop, I'm dipping, so I can get out the situation, right? But that's not the case every time. You can't get that perfect situation and line up to get out of a sticky situation every time. We as men been in sticky situations a lot of times, even if it's in the streets. Somebody just catch you lacking. You unprepared. You wasn't ready for it. You know what I mean? I just want to know, where's everybody at saying, yeah, she was bogus, she was wrong, she should be brought up on charges. You know what I mean? What about the domestic abuse that men suffer and got to go through mentally and physically and emotionally that we can't talk about, because if we always go to the police or writing a police report on women about abusing us, we'd be looked at as chumps, as suckers. Like, oh man, you up here reporting a woman? And she trying to kick my ass every day, nigga. I should have to deal with that though. But we eat it. We eat that shit up. We don't say nothing. No bars. We got to eat that, and we don't say nothing. A woman swing off on you, she catch you in a relationship, you eat that, you don't say nothing. But as soon as I do it to you, not saying it is cool, but if I did it to you, I'll be on the news, cover magazine, TMZ, all in the forums, on blogs, online, talking about how much of a hoe ass nigga I am, how much of a bitch ass nigga I am. I'm a spousal abuser, all type of shit. Then it's gonna be on a greater scale. This what men do to women, this, that, and the other. So the whole nine. If I did that same shit to you, but you do it to me, you just go back to bed at the end of the day. You wake up the same you went back, you went to bed ass. That's not cool. But we equals, right? According to a lot of women, we equals, right? No, we not. It don't make sense. Just not an equals thing, but it don't make sense.
Definitely.
If that's the case, a lot of y'all women should be in jail. There should be a lot more women in jail for domestic violence, and it don't happen. Normally, as soon as they come up on a domestic violence situation, it's normally the dude that go to jail first. It don't even matter what the story was first. It's like, man, we got to take somebody. They gonna take the dude. They don't take the woman. Not saying that's across the board. They gonna take the dude. 8 or 9 out of 10 times they take the dude to jail just because we got to take somebody. What? But we fair though, right? So why half the time they can't take you?
And then you
the one that started it.
The man can call the police.
This dude's done called the police on women, and then they had to go to jail in the domestic dispute situation because they the dude. How that make sense? I called you for help.
And this is just my thing right here. Women do, those women, I'm not saying every woman. We're generalizing the whole statement on women and men. I'm not pointing out, if you're a good woman, you ain't out there doing that with that fuckery, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about women. A lot of women know that I can run up on a dude and pretty much punk him because he didn't talk since he was a lehigh to a grasshopper. You don't hit a woman. So she counted on you never want to hit her. She take that finger, put it all in your temple, tell you everything, call you everything but the child of God to try to provoke you. I mean, swing off on you everything. As soon as you get ready to muffle or something, now you're an abuser. Who's the victim? Who's the victim? I just feel like it's a greater talk that we need to start teaching each other. Hey, keep your hands to yourself. If you can't express yourself with your words, then you shouldn't be you should have this conversation with me. If you can't keep it to a verbal disagreement, cut it out. And also, women, stop doing stuff to men stuff. At the end of the day, the problem's still gonna be there. But if the man go report you, you're a pussy. If he don't go report you, he just on lost things. It's crazy. Let's go to the queue.
I'm gonna look around and see what these women are saying, if any women brought this up, because I want to know, it's 50-50 only when it's convenient. Real talk, because you know that's really what I want to know, because we can clearly see on the video she swiped at him. So if it's 50-50 and you know they both doing wrong, then they gotta cut this victim shit.
Facts.
Facts. Look, if you ain't seen it online yet, they was killing them online. It would be the first video TMZ released, right? Is just of the elevator scene. The second video that was released like the next day shows the part that happened outside, or the scene that happens outside the elevator, along with what happened in the elevator. But before that second video came out, they was killing him online, bro. They was killing him online for domestic abuse and whatnot. It wasn't to the second video came out that everything looked different, and then they never came back to say anything.
And I just gotta say something about TMZ. TMZ had the whole video, and this is what I don't like. I don't like because you a man or you a woman, they paint a narrative around that person for it to be clickbait. They had the whole video.
You think they had the whole video?
They had the whole. They TMZ. If people don't know, TMZ is a mogul. It was no way they got the whole tape. The biggest star in there was Quavo. They knew what everybody was consensus they would come to when they saw that piece of film. So what they did was they just played everybody. Like, watch how they go off on this dude. Then afterward, we're gonna hit him with the other one. We're gonna release the other one a day and a half after. They had the whole footage. If you got that footage, you had the other footage. You TMZ, that's what you do. You buy footage. You buy pictures. But that's what what life teaches us. Hey, look, one got to be the victim, one got to be an abuser. I look at it like this. For me, it was a disagreement that went wrong, and you got to see the ugly truth that a woman will take a scrape at a man and then turn around and try to be like, oh, I'm a victim. No, you put your big girl pants on. You missed. I got my bag. Now you looking at me crazy now. Let's go to the queue. But I am not telling any man to put his hand on any woman or any woman to put their hands on any man.
I don't know if the second half sent, but like I was saying, like Bunny said, a lot of black families like to believe that you got to fight through everything. You got to stick together through everything. But the truth is, it's me and you versus the problem. Once it becomes me and you versus each other and we fighting each other, that's wrong. Once you identify that, it's time to walk away. I'm redoing this message. But basically, I feel like it's not all just on him. And she's not the villain here. There's no right or wrong. I feel like they both are in the wrong and they both are victims. It can easily be a male hate thing and guys feeling like they have to apologize, but ain't no telling what went on behind the scenes. Like, women can be very manipulative and men tend to be physical against that.
I definitely think if you break a lot of situations down, women on saw in their household or been taught to be masculine against a man. You ain't got to back down in an argument. I keep trying to tell people, if you got to get to a point where we got to have an altercation to prove who won this disagreement, we both lost. It's supposed to be a conversation, not an altercation. And a lot of stuff is generational curses that broken women on told their daughter, girl, you ain't gotta take that. If he come up, you pick up something, you knock him the hell out. I can't just pick up my stuff and get the hell out. Same thing for a dude. Why would you stand and sit, grab your stuff and bounce? Let's go to the queue.
Dang, I don't know if my message is ascending, but I'm re-recording this one too. But no, like I said, I feel like their relationship just ran its course, and neither one of them really wanted to accept it. And that's just my opinion, because we really don't know what like went on behind the scenes.
That's fair. I think when you're in a high priority relationship, and it helps your career, and also you're in love with a person, you don't know if it's over or not. Hell, it happened in a day-to-day relationship, you don't know if it's over. Most relationships are over 6 months before you say goodbye. So that's true.
What we doing?
Hey, real talk, at the end of the day, shout out to both of y'all. I know we all following each other and shit. Shout out to y'all for having a conversation. At the end of the day, real talk, man, we gotta stop putting up with this shit. Period. Point blank, period. Start in your house. Yo, cut the shit. You better not never put your hands in my face and all that shit. If I'm leaving, let me leave, period.
Yeah.
We gotta stop that shit, bro. That's on us. You know what I mean? Our women out of order because we don't leave right. Period. And,
hey.
You know, I know there's more of them than there is us, but we gotta get in order, man. There's too many examples out here.
I agree with him 100,000%. The same thing I said about women, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, set a standard. You gotta set boundaries. You gotta have peace when you cross those boundaries. Man, we gotta get to a point where you acting out like that, that's a no-go. Ain't nothing about that is love. Ain't nothing about that is, you know what I'm saying, passion. That's out of control. That's rage. That's toxic. And before you know it, that toxicness, that rage is going to put you in a position that you can't get out of. And they're going to use everything to paint you as the victim. You got to learn, bro. Me personally, I have always said this. I don't play that fighting stuff. If one time you swing off on me, I'm done. I'm good. I don't saw enough. I don't care if somebody say, oh, bro, I thought you said for better or worse. This is worse. This is worse than worse. I said one worse, not worser and worser and worser. No, one. I'm out. Because you're going to put me in position to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm not going to do it. I got something now. I'm going to go to the queue.
You
I also think it's naturally easier for people to blame the man because of the simple fact that we all know that males are conditioned. And I say conditioned because I don't think it's raised. I don't think you're raising a child when you put this kind of mindset in them. But men are conditioned to believe, not to cry, not to show emotion, just to take shit. And that gives women the out, like, because we are conditioned to believe the complete opposite. Don't let no man hit you. Don't let no man do da-da-da-da-da. And if somebody put their hands on you, hit them back, you know. So that naturally makes everybody go at the man. And I don't think anybody sees, like, how much the man is about to take. Personally, they look like children to me. Like, y'all fighting, like, getting into the elevator. It looked childish as hell. It looked very childish. And then when he pushed her down and she got to crying, he looked so damn confused. Like, I don't think people, like, really try to put two and two together.
Hey, I said the same thing as well. He looked at her as if, like, are you really doing this? Are you really just doing this? I'm the one who said, give me my bag, you can go do what you want to do right now. Or you can go somewhere, come back, whatever. He looked at her like, so now after all this, now you want to sit there and do that. That's what you want to do. All right. That's what I saw as well. Let's go to the queue.
With the Beyonce and Jay-Z thing, it was actually kind of fucked up because everybody was justifying Solange hitting him for, like, because he was cheating at the time. But my thing is, like, Solange was still out of order because if your sister ain't doing shit, you don't do shit. Like, you can't fight her coochie battles for her. Like, and then it's fucked up because she's still with the nigga. They still together. Family still kicking it.
For real. Now you looking like a dummy. You fighting somebody else's battles, and your sister already okay. If your sister ain't swinging out, why you swinging out? Make no sense. Let's go to you.
Yo, women was cheering Solange on. Women was cheering Solange on, talking about Jay-Z must have did something. It must be. Who gives a fuck? Because when it's the other way around, you should never. It don't matter what she do. What the fuck? Oh, we equal. We equal. A man could do whatever a woman do. They got a Gatorade commercial with a girl with Usain Bolt next to him talking about, we can do what you do. Okay, so then why is it only one-way violence is acceptable?
It's never acceptable when the man want to go to the victim role. If the man in the victim role, that means he less than a man. And this is why society has driven out, emotion in a man, right? Me personally, I had to go to counseling for mine. I just didn't understand. I wasn't taught to have emotions. I was taught to swallow my feelings, get over it, and keep it moving. And most women who around dudes who voluntarily cry or worry about their feelings, you say they weak. So if a man do have that trait, and you don't have two women who say he weak, he go ahead and kill that. That gotta die. Because y'all saying I'm weak. I'm trying to be with this woman, I'm trying to tie a feel, and you tell me I'm weak. But yet, when I'm not, all the way to your needs, why you ain't tending to my needs like that? Because I cut that part of my emotion off. Can't have it both ways. You want emotion, and not saying that all women like it. Those particular women. Let's go to the queue.
I'm going to say I am a very aggressive person. And no, it's not right when I get mad to lash out and throw the first hit.
You said you're not.
And I don't care who it is. When I get mad, I'm hitting.
The fact of it is, for y'all who listen, y'all know that's my big little sister. She one of the women who believes she should fight her dude. No matter how many times we don't told her not to. No matter how many times she has older men who will come down to that situation for her. She knows she got men on her team who will come, make sure that, they handle that situation. She's one of those women who still is gonna swing on a man. It's frustrating to me because I don't understand what makes you feel like that's acceptable behavior. I don't understand it. Because on the opposite side, it doesn't matter if you be like, okay, if he knocked me out, I don't really care, but I knocked him out too. First of all, that's stupid. Second of all, I don't understand why y'all need to knock each other out when y'all can just leave each other alone. But that's the mentality that I don't get. And if somebody out there who has the same mentality, can you please explain it to me like I'm a 2-year-old so I can understand why you feel that is justifiable for you to swing off on a person that is physically stronger than you? One, don't matter how well you can fight, right? If I land that one blow, I hit you square in the chin, it's gonna change the outcome of this fight. I might look messed up, but I guarantee you over in the corner holding your jump. Because God didn't make you to get hit in the face. So tell me why women put themselves in that situation. And let me be clear again. I'm gonna keep saying this all night. I am not telling any man to put in on any woman at all, or any woman to put their hand on any man. I'm just trying to get clarity on why a woman thinks the way she thinks. And if you're a man out there and you don't hit a woman, I want you to come in here and tell me why you did it. But I'm telling you, bro, don't say nothing stupid. I'm gonna take about 20 minutes to go in now, because I just don't agree with it. Let's go to the queue.
Yo, the lifestyles, you right. They need to stop that, but where they being held accountable? Because they come together, they form like Voltron when this shit happens, no matter what the fuck they did. And that's the problem. We need to start walking away from these females. All these chicks talking that big shit, running their mouth for yakety yak, niggas need to start walking away from these hoes. For real. You out of order, I'm good. I don't need you. There's 2 million more black women than black men. We can walk away from these chicks, bro. Real talk.
Big fact, bro. If you show that you ain't gonna take some, either they gonna change or they gonna learn how to be by themselves. Let's go to the queue.
Fellas, what is good? So good to see you. I am hungover as shit, so I'm just gonna sit over in the corner.
Yeah,
shout out Nas, shout out TBS.
Meeting and put him in the corner.
Let's go to the queue.
I have learned in my adult years, past the hitting, that more so than swinging on a nigga, dudes are so much scareder of the that doing nothing and saying nothing. That'll fuck him up for real. But going and hitting a nigga, he got something for that. It ain't really much you can do once he cold clock your ass. I done had a dude put his hands on me too, like straight up swing on me. Like that shit not cool. That shit ain't cool at all. Like, nah, the okay work for me better.
Fact.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry.
Old lady hit you with the okay. All right, we'll see. You go in the room, you be there sweating like a motherfucker. What the fuck you doing in there? Hey, grab my shit right quick because I don't know. Yeah, you don't know. You don't even feel comfortable in the house. Even if she don't do nothing right then and there, you be up all night like, well, I don't trust this motherfucker right here, dog. Like, what the fuck she mean? Okay, you still be thinking about that shit all day.
I can't even sleep well. Every time she turned to bed, man, I'm wide awake. Like, you okay? I don't know what's gonna happen. If she mess around and make me some food, I'm like, I'm good. I'm trying to lose weight. Because I don't know how you gonna try to get me back. A lot of situations can just be solved with a simple conversation. Simple conversation. If it can't be solved with a simple conversation, I definitely know what it can be solved with. Hey, I'm gone. Put them 2 fingers together, throw them up, hit that door.
And to be honest with you, I done seen a dude cry, like for real cry, straight up boo-hoo cry. And that shit actually, it was kind of fucked up. It was mentally, like, I remember it like very vividly. That's how I know, like, shit ain't cool all the time. Like, and people don't see that all the time. And so they just assume, like, dudes ain't got no feelings. But, like, I also worry about whatever the fuck happened to her to make her, like, want to go that far. Like, I always wonder what go on with certain people who do manipulative things. Because for her to sit on that floor for that damn long and then pull herself up with the bar, and I expected her to limp away, and she just walked the fuck away like it was nothing. I'm like, that's straight manipulation.
The reason why she did it is because she knows. The reason why she sat on the floor when the door opened and the dude was looking at her, looking at the situation like, what the hell is going on in here? Right? Dude was in his head like, what's going on? I'm not understanding. Should I intervene or should I not intervene? She not asking for help, so dude was like, yeah, I ain't gonna get on this elevator. I guarantee you, that's what the dude was thinking. Like, what's really going on in here. That's why he just stood there. He ain't bag up. He ain't put his hand. He like what's going on? Because for me, you gonna be looking for her to say, I need help. He trying to kill me. He trying to kidnap me or something. She knew what she was doing. She knew if this tape ever came out, she was processing like, damn, he got the damn bag. Now what I'm gonna do? Let me see. Can I guilt him and coming over here, picking me up, telling me, baby, it's gonna be okay. Cause that's what we do this week. No matter if we wrong, we've been taught, oh, if you wrong, happy life, happy wife. That's not true. You better add happy husband, happy life. If you want to add both of them together, happy wife, happy life, happy husband, happy life together. You want to do that, cool. But I ain't gonna. You can't be happy and I'm miserable. No, that can't work. Let's go to the queue.
Well, up here in Ohio, it's whoever has the bruises, that's who's going to jail.
It ain't like that in Mississippi. It ain't like that in Wisconsin. It's not like that in Tennessee. It ain't like that in West Virginia. Personally, I have called the police. Me on the phone. I had to leave my home. Somebody came to my home, made me leave my home. I'm running outside to get away from this person. And if you was here earlier, I talked about it. And I still went to jail. I still had to pay $250 for domestic violence. I didn't do anything. If you listen to the 911 tape, which I had to get I got my $250 back after I went to court, you can see she was the aggressor. But that's not what we make men feel like if they report something, they're pussy. Oh, you're not a real man. Oh man, you could have took that little hit. Man, that ain't gonna hurt. It's crazy. Let's go to the queue.
Styles. You know better than to fall into that feminist trap, bro, when they be like, oh, equality. Like, feminist women don't want equality. They want equity, right? It's like, give me all the good shit. But, like, at the same time, if I'm like, okay, everything equal across the board, you make as much as I do. But at the same time, when you fuck up, you know, you're going to catch this two-piece, no biscuit, and I don't want to hear shit. Wow, that sounded real sexist. I'm going to hell.
You want to speak on that, Styles, or you want me to go?
There you go.
I look at it like this right here. I know some women out there who can do the same job as a man, but are you willing to do it? It's not. I don't want to speak on it's a potential to do it. We all have the potential to do certain things, but are you willing to do it continuously, right? Like you take a woman, she working somewhere, she's delivering packages, right? A heavy package come in, right? First you like, oh, this thing heavy. You know why she say that? Because she hoping somebody else gonna come up and say, oh, I'll take it for you. You never hear the man be like, this heavy. Because he know ain't nobody coming to get it. So I'm not saying a woman can't do the job, but are you willing to do it on a consistent basis? I haven't saw a woman who does it every day. Is it women who will do it? Yes. Not talking to the ones who will show up, show out, and do what they got to do. But they the masses is trying to ride on the back of a few. Yeah, is it some women who will go out there and grind just like a man? Yes. But it's only a few of those. Why are all the rest of the women trying to jump on their back and ride their coattails to get that same equalness that they working for? The other ones don't want to do it. Let's go to the queue.
Yeah, and then the most important thing I'm going to say all night. Hey, Smitty. How you doing? I missed you so much. What's going on with you, girl? How you living?
What's up, Nav? Hey, Smitty, you heard your guy.
You was talking about when they were throwing hands and he was carrying around that Call of Duty briefcase. But yeah, when it turns out that, you know, she was most likely the violent one the whole entire time and he was trying to get away.
Listen, man, she was trying to hit the nuke. It was Call of Duty. She was trying to nuke the hotel. You know what I mean? He had to get that briefcase away from him. But she punched in the codes. All right, he a lifesaver. The boy, he should get a medal. You know what I mean? I personally, all jokes aside, think it was probably money or something of value in the briefcase. If they was going to their room, from the looks of it, they possibly probably came from shopping. That's what I'm assuming. Shopping came from the bank of some sort, and there was something of importance in the bag as far as probably his financial shit go. Whether he had a lot of money or they, quote unquote, had a lot of money in cash in the bag, or they just bought some expensive jewelry or some shit. Or if the bag itself, because, you know what I mean, we're not on that level yet. So it could have been the bag itself just was an expensive ass fucking $20,000 bag or some shit. You know what? Since you acting a motherfucking fool, give him this bag back that I just bought. How about that?
Well, you know, she's the one who got the Birkin bag, son. So could be.
But whatever the case is, and I'm saying that because however it ended, he felt like that was his for whatever reason. And I'm assuming he had a good reason for feeling like that. We were just out shopping and you bought this bag, or you bought whatever's in the bag, or this your money in the bag. Why would I be snatching it from you? I wouldn't even care, because between the two of them, he has more money than her. Most men wouldn't even care. I don't even see a man arguing over a woman over her own shit other than her phone. Niggas that do some whack ass shit like that. I want to see a phone. They'll argue over selling your motherfucking phone on it that's yours. They're not finna argue over a purse that's yours. They're not finna argue over a big ass bag that's yours. They're not gonna argue. We just went shopping and you bought a lot of expensive woman clothes, and you get what I'm saying? We're not gonna argue, let alone try to take that from you. I don't want your women's clothes. I don't want this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that shit. I don't want this motherfucking woman's bag. So whatever it was, he felt like it was his. I'm assuming it was good reason. Maybe for most likely something that he actually bought, or it was money. You know what I mean? Like, we already know how the people with money do. Sometimes they walk around with excess cash on them. You know what I mean? It could have been his cash stash in that bag. And he's like, nah, get my shit. You acting, get my shit. For whatever reason, she didn't want to give it to him.
Let's go to the queue. This is your boy Black Knight 24. That is the LA Style, aka Stereo Style. Make sure y'all hit that follow button. We are on a road to 500, man.
And Quavo is dumb as fuck, because, like, he should know by now, like, nigga, you are a celebrity. It's always gonna be cameras in your face. So, like, do the minimum amount of dumb shit. And then his dumb ass gonna go do, like, the most dumb shit. My God. Like, you know what? Some people just don't need to be famous.
I'm gonna tell you, man. He did know the camera was there. If you look at the video, he looks up in the elevator, and as he tried to retrieve his bag, and once he get his bag, he turns around, he looks down, and his girl at the time, and then he looks up. He had that moment of epiphany. Then he looks up like, these mother freaking cameras are in this damn.
If people with money know one thing, first of all, they know location.
Right.
They know that it's eyes on them, no matter what. Soon as the situation happened, he got the bag. He looked up directly at the camera. He already knew where it was.
He already knew it.
People with money know in a bad situation what's where, especially when it comes to cameras. They already know. It's almost like it's just instinct to know where the camera's at. Which goes, you know what I mean, to something else, that whoever let that footage out, which I'm assuming it was a nigga that worked for the hotel, you a whole ass nigga. Unless it's something that it was a clear cut, hey, I gotta turn this in or say something to somebody because dude just scraped her in this motherfucking thing. Or, hey, I'm gonna look out for old boy a little bit because she did that nigga dirty, and this shit need to be seen. And that tussle, that didn't need to be shown. So whoever released that footage and leaked that, you a whole ass nigga, man or woman.
And it wasn't
the whole ass
even
nigga
like,
don't got no gender on
it. It wasn't even like they was discussing it. It wasn't like she came out and made the claim that, you know what I'm saying, he hit her, he beat her up, it said place. He didn't come out and say nothing about it. It's people who just like to be in other people's lives. That's
if it wasn't for the footage, we probably wouldn't even be talking about it. Because neither one of them would have said nothing.
My thing of it, that's why you know what I'm saying, for me, it's less about Quavo and Saweetie and more about the overall picture of bringing the awareness about women. Stop swinging off on men thinking that you're going to be able to always be the man up. And then, you know, trying to drill down on what, you know what I'm saying, why do you believe that is acceptable behavior? Like, I can get that you can be taught something, right? But you get to a point of maturity where now it's your responsibility to educate yourself or re-educate yourself on said things, right? You can't keep taking mama's word. You grown enough to know, like, yeah, that stuff mama told me, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, I can knock the hell out of a man, he ain't gonna do nothing. You can't keep holding on to that and feeling like that's cool. You gotta get to the point like, yeah, I know that ain't cool, I ain't gonna keep doing that. So that's a bigger picture, because nobody's relationship should be open up for the public, no matter if they are a public figure. We all have spats, we all have situations that go on inside our relationship. Personally, I felt like it wasn't anything. I wanted my belongings. You're not gonna take them. We tussling. So happen we fall, and it what it was. Other than her swinging and trying to Floyd Mayweather here. That's all what I saw. Let's go to the queue.
I've been somewhat in a situation like this was gonna happen to me, between me and my sister, and I had to go ahead and, well, basically almost like punch a hole in the wall for her to understand that, yo, don't you ever try to come up and try to swing at a man. Why? Because we have the strength that we could possibly take you out. Okay? And that's why a man shouldn't go ahead and try to swing at a woman, because the exact same reason. We are bound by the exact same rules. So, this whole thing right now, honestly, they needed to have it that the whole footage was up already.
Yeah. I mean, the footage was up the same way. I will say this, just a tidbit. In healthy relationship, communication is your number one ally. You're going to grow, you're going to evolve. If you're not having communication, you're not talking to each other, you're going to miss the point. A disagreement is just two different people who have a different view on the situation. It doesn't mean that it has to escalate to me physically harming you or tearing up something of yours or, you know, anything of that nature. And when you're in a relationship, you're going to disagree. You're not going to always be on the same page. So, therefore, love is not a physical, hurtful thing. It's just not. If you was taught that, hey, a man if he don't hit you, he don't love you, hey, you got to get some counseling for that. You got to get to a point, or you got to get some people around you who can teach you that's not love. And if a man, you believe the only way that you can get a woman to do what you want is to put your hands on her, bro, you sadly mistaken, and you need to get your life together. Because I'm going to tell you, if it's my daughter, bro, you're going to be 6 feet deep. And every man out here who got a daughter and a man put their hands on your daughter, you should be teaching your daughter not to put their hands on them. But I'm guaranteed, bro, with mine, hey, I'm gonna do my bid happily. I ain't going down that road. No man should be putting their hands on anybody's daughter, anybody's mama, anybody's nothing. And you should be teaching your daughters as well that they shouldn't be putting their hands on anybody. The same thing you told them when you took them to school, K5, hey, keep your hands to your goddamn self. Unless somebody touch you, then you beat the hell out of. That should be the same rule you use going through life. It should not change. Your core principles should not change as you get older. If you can't handle your temper, then you need to go get counseling. Don't be bringing your baggage over to somebody else's life, fucking their life up. Now, for me, I'm trending on Quavo'S side because ain't no other woman ever came out who ever said this man ever had a physical altercation towards her. Not saying that she did either. But I'm leaning more to his side because I didn't see him feel like he was so angry that she took a swing at him twice. He looked very confused, like I never saw this side of you before. Let's go to the queue.
But because they know that stuff like this will get people wild up, which honestly, in my opinion, they should be getting like hit for this badly, because you altered the whole entire video to make someone else look bad. That should be that either you should get sued for that, honestly, because you're dragging someone's name in the mud.
America like messy situations. That's why he did it like that.
I sometimes feel like that our community, talking about black people, feel like it has to be bad before it gets good. Sometimes it can just always be good. I feel like it's communication. We miss the mark of communicating correctly, or even communicating in love, in a love language where it doesn't become physical. Because if it becomes physical, I don't want to be with you.
Big fact.
Big fact.
I feel like with relationships, period, you should stay out it as siblings, because it always backfire. You always end up being the wrong one. And then they be back together and you be having an issue with the other person while they back together. So with relationships, you should just stay out of relationships. Let people deal with their own relationships, because they're going to get you involved and then they're going to be back together and y'all not going to be speaking. So it's like, and females play victim to that all the time. They get their female friends or sisters or cousins involved, and then you feel some type of way about their man and you taking up for them and doing stuff. But then they be right back with the nigga and they be stupid. Like, they be complaining to you and crying to you, and you take the emotion, on, and you play off emotion for caring for them. But they be...
Big facts. We yet love big facts, man. Appreciate your insight and comment. I agree with you totally. Me personally, with my siblings, I know the ones who gonna be them. My big little sister, I know who she gonna be. It is a price that you pay to date a person in my family. You gotta understand that I am who I am, and that's what it is. With my big little sister, I'm probably not gonna move because I kind of know she's going back anyway. So, I mean, she'll probably, if she wasn't going back, she'll make that clear. But yeah, you gotta stay out of people's relationships. I don't want to know about your relationship personally. Ain't my relationship. I don't really want to know. I just want to. I want to hope that y'all happy, unless you want to get out for real. Now, that's a different story when it comes to my baby girl. I don't really care. I'm just gonna be honest. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. I'm just gonna tell you the truth.
So,
hey, call me soft all you want to. For that little girl, hey, even though she grown now, hey, I'm doing whatever it takes. You're gonna have to understand when whatever you do to her, bro, you will have to answer to it. And I think that's another reason why women play the victim, because other women don't check them on it. They don't drag them through the mud, because technically you're making all the good women who do right by their men and have communication. They ain't got to jump on a man. They ain't got to bust their stuff up or tear their stuff up. You're making all of them seem to be just like you, because you're trying to play the victim and say, no, I will never do that. I think that's another reason why they don't stop. Because not saying no women, you know what I'm saying, gonna tell the truth, but it's not the majority of women like, oh no, hell no, you can't come over here and sit at this table. You know you did that dude wrong. We're gonna hold you accountable. We're gonna put that same smoke that we would put on him if he would have did you wrong. We're gonna give you that same smoke. So they don't fear that they gonna get canceled by their own peers. Like, men know, if you out here beating on women, men gonna come for your head. Men gonna come for your head. So you already know, as a society, you know women coming for you. But then you ain't got no brotherhood to hide over here if you hit women. Men will come for your head. Women got to do the same thing. You got to start coming for their head. You got some styles on going to the queue.
All right, we go to the queue and try to get them up out of here.
I feel like with the violence thing, it needs to be clarified way more. Men are physically stronger than women. That's a fact. That's a fact of nature.
Fact.
However, women are more intelligent than men. That's another fact of nature. That's why I cut up on all the vibes when she talk about that emotional manipulation shit. Because I'm like, bitch, he don't know what the fuck that is. Like, to be straight up, it's some men that can learn it, that can understand it, that can comprehend it. But it's, in a woman, it's embedded. It's some women that can learn how to fight. But you're not about to get with no nigga, like, at all. You're not gonna, if you get with a dude that's your same height, same stature, same everything, he's still stronger than you. Men are physically stronger. Women are made to bear children. We are made to put together a mind. A man is made to build. It's different ways. Things are equal, but you need to learn your place, like where you fall.
Facts.
Yo, I have a homegirl also that
Always got
her ex-boyfriend's sister end up keep getting, beaten up by her baby daddy. Now the thing is, he ends up keep going to jail for that. But later on down the line, what was told and what was realized, that she was the one that was putting hands on him in the first place. He just gotten to the point that he snapped and saying, enough is enough. And she keeps going back to him. Some of these chicks end up wanting that, a man to put hands on them. They just won't say it. I don't agree with it, but they just won't say it. Either that they end up liking that victim mentality, or, trying to test them.
Well, let me be clear. I'm still not giving him any rope. I'm not gonna get no man no rope, like I ain't gonna get no woman no rope on this topic. I don't care what somebody like. If you send me to jail one time because we in this, if you go back, he gotta like it as well. I'm not gonna give him an excuse. I don't give a damn if she keep running up on him, and if you keep going back, then you must keep going to jail. You must be in there dropping the soap, and that's where you go get yours off there or something. Because you're stupid to me. Anybody gonna put you in jail because they ran up on you, you gonna take her back when you get back out? That's dumb. Both of them broken. They both broken individuals. They need to get some help. But first thing they need to do is get away from each other. It still doesn't change the fact that he put his hands on her multiple times. You cannot see, can't nobody keep telling me, oh, well, she be beating him up, so now he finally beat her up, but he came back to her and then that happened again. Nigga, that don't work with me. Well, hey, when much is given, much is required. When you know better, do better. I'm not gonna give you no rope on that. That guy right there, already, I ain't got no rope for him. You need to pick yourself out the mud, move on, fix any of the baggage that before he go into another relationship and cut that bull crap out. That's just not cool at all. I don't care if the woman want to have, she like get hit. You ain't gonna get hit by me. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. And I ain't gonna be, I wouldn't even got to the point where, you know, I had to snap. Because once you first did, I was out anyway. Point blank period. So, no, that wouldn't happen to me. Wouldn't have never got to the time I snapped. You got some style, I'm going to go to the queue.
I'll go to the queue.
Good evening. Happy Thursday to Black Knight 24 and Ellie Styles. I personally haven't seen the situation between Quavo and Saweetie. However, I'm just going to speak on like domestic abuse, domestic violence, whatever domesticated situation happens. I feel like it shouldn't be a double standard when it comes to that. Yes, the man doesn't get as much held responsibility or backlash for it. However, it does work both ways. And when a woman is the one initiating violence towards the man, she's not as shunned upon for it, but it's more like what did you do to get her to that point? So you just got to look at the whole situation overall and just see like how it even took place. It even got to the point that it got to.
Shout out to Monet. Chocolate Monet, let's go.
Also, neither man or woman should be using their hands to communicate with someone in the first place, no matter how angry, or hostile the situation is. Yes, it's easier said than done, but it works both ways. It shouldn't be just a one-sided thing. And playing victim and acting innocent in the situation doesn't help it either. There's blame on both sides. So it's just a level of how angry you get and what reaction you have towards your anger and how you go about approaching it. So that's just my personal opinion on domestic situations or anything like that.
Okay.
Shout out Chocolate Monet.
Always.
Basically, she ends up having the exact same mentality as a child. Basically, you know how you have it that you tell a child, don't go over there or don't touch that. And next, the child basically like tests your patience type stuff. That's the exact same way when they try to buck up you, try to fight you, see if you're going to do something about it. Basically, they're trying to see if whether or not you weak or not.
Well, again, Artie, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't associate love with if I'm strong or am I weak. For me, I'm not gonna let you take me off my square because I understand how it's gonna be viewed. You gotta understand, as a man, the lie is gonna run faster than the truth, right? So before the second tape came out, Quavo had already, all the damage publicly had been done to his persona. By the time the second tape came out, why people didn't care, it was like, oh, damn, I misspoke. They come back and say, apologize to that. So for me, my mentality is to always be ever-changing, be fluid. If I see that situation, I start seeing them tracing you, all I need to get to it at one time is that you're trying to test me in that kind of way, right? I'm out of there. If I want that, I can go find that in the street. As a man, you're going to be tested every day of your life. I do not want to come home to the person that's supposed to love me the most, the person that I'm supposed to be my refuge, and I'm her refuge from the world. I shouldn't have to still take on that strong. right? I shouldn't still have to do that. So if I gotta do that, then there's no need for us to be together. That's my take on it.
The Lost Styles, Black Knight 24. What's happening, gentlemen? I came in when you was talking about men putting their hands on women. You know, I don't even think you need to make that damn disclosure. Anybody on this motherfucker that's old enough to fucking think, you don't need to tell them that, you know, you don't think it's right. Shit, they know it's not right. And if they doing it, then, you know, that's something they gonna come to grips to. It ain't nothing female do to make me put my hands on her unless she pull a gun on me, pull a knife on me, or try to hit me with a car. And actually, the gun, that's the real deal breaker right there. Because I'll work on getting the knife out your hand. And the car, I'll just try to step out the way. But that damn gun, I don't know, that's a deal breaker. But other than that, I ain't put my hands on no chick unless she butt ass naked. For real.
Man, shout out King, man, bro.
Well, what's going on, Dharma? Listen, the reason why we say that is because just like they chopped and screwed that video, they'll chop and screw this motherfucking audio.
Hell yeah.
So I don't want nobody to come from this like, oh man, as soon as I came in, they talking like it was cool.
Right.
So we say it throughout at different intervals. So motherfucker, no matter what time you come in, you actively hear us say it's not cool. In any circumstance, it's not cool. But in extreme circumstances, it's very plausible that it's probably gonna happen. All right,
right.
You got to protect yourself at the end of the day.
Definitely.
I mean, we all got to protect ourselves at the end of the day.
I'm with you, King, but just like Styles say, man, we're gonna be on some blog somewhere saying these two people on the podcast basically making it seem okay. That's not what we're saying. But shout out to you, King. I'm definitely with you on that, man. Hey, nobody should have to tell you that, man. You should know right from wrong. Let's go to the queue.
Yep, Knives' ass was drunk. That confirms it. We suspected you, Knives.
She talking about from last night, Knives. That's what she's talking about. Let's go to the queue.
Like, check this out. Go on YouTube and look up. There's a guy that tries to walk away from a chick that was swinging at him inside the classroom until it got into a certain point that he picked her up and dropped her. Didn't hit her. He basically like body slammed her. And that's when everybody wanted to come and rush in and try to help.
I know what you're talking about now.
That's social conditioning right there, that she can't do any harm, but he can. Even though she's swinging at him.
Facts, big facts. Like,
nah,
not a good situation.
I saw that video. I saw that video. If you look at the video, I know what video you're talking about. There's two African American students. They're arguing. If you see the video, his back is to the door, right? I'm not telling people that you can't get in a situation that if I'm in a situation I can't get out of, and that's the only thing I can do, then I can't get out of it, right? But now I'm gonna hit that door, bro. I'm gonna hit that door. I'm just conditioned in my mind. Once I can see when a woman wants that kind of that smoke, bro. Right? Now, in that kid's situation, he was young. But for every viewer that's in here, we are grown. You have to be practicing moving. I'm not going to have after you get that, when I knock you out, okay, yep, you will. Like, hold on 1 second. I'm moving. I'm going to walk around, grab my keys, I'm going to be out. I don't want anybody to to take what I'm saying and say, no. If you can get out of a situation before it happens, move. Because if you're not moving, when it happens, nobody cares how it started. They just care about the outcome of it. That's what I'm saying. In that video, the door is behind him. I saw that video. I was painfully hurt that my African American kids are having this altercation in the classroom. The teacher shouldn't have a job because it shouldn't have happened. But we have to teach our sons and daughters keep your goddamn hand to yourself. And in a situation where it's gonna escalate, and some of these girls and women is not ready in that situation, man, move out the way, bro. Don't let your pride get the best of you. Let's go to the queue.
You know what the worst part about it is? Motherfuckers think my dear is the one talking about them damn grits. She got it from somewhere. I'm old as hell. And my grandmama wasn't playing the game. She told my granddaddy, you act like you want to hit me if you want. You better hope I hit you with that pistol and not this pot of grits. Leave me alone, goddammit. Yeah, that shit for real. Ain't no reason. Ain't no reason. You know, I walk away from a chick if there's no, like I said before, unless she butt ass naked, I ain't put my hand on like that to cause no bruises and none of that shit.
Man, shout out Karma again, man. Yeah, listen, dude, you gotta get little, bruh. Even if it seems like you a coward, at the end of the day, real men gonna respect you because we've been there. We know the situation. You gotta get little. Anyway, you gotta de-escalate the situation. If you cannot de-escalate the situation from it being a physical situation, you gotta get gone before it gets worse. Get gone before it get worse. All right, we're gonna go to the queue.
Hell yeah, and then you seen Quavo look at the camera and start adjusting the bag, start standing there, and I think it hit them both that they realized, like, this shit is another elevator situation like Beyonce and Jay-Z that's kind of fucked up. It's not gonna look good.
Nah, of course he seen that camera. Soon as it happened, he stood up. Once he got his bags together, he looked straight. He didn't look around. He looked directly up at the camera like a scary movie. He looked dead into the camera. Like his head went straight there. Like he knew, like, God damn. In his head, he was like, these motherfuckers. Damn. But he probably thought he was good. You know what I mean? He probably think it was no whole ass niggas working there, but it was.
Hey, it's even worse in Detroit. In Detroit, it's a women's rights state. If the man call and it's a man versus a woman, the man automatically go to jail. It's a women's rights state. It's so fucked up.
Oh, that's probably why you moved over there.
Nice. What they want is basically all the benefits, but none of the consequences that come with those benefits. It's like getting paid for doing a hazardous job while you're sitting inside of a AC office, AC temperature controlled office. That makes no sense.
Already got some back to back. We're gonna try to get everybody caught up. We at 10:27 Central Standard Time. The next best at 10:01. So I'm gonna try to go through these with a short replies in between, just so we can get caught up to everybody. All right.
Facts. Go ahead.
I don't know if you guys seen this before, but there was a video of a woman that was basically on TikTok saying that how her baby daddy freaking destroyed her place. And the thing is that there was a GoFundMe for her, and one of his family members posted up a video saying the other side of the story, that she was trying to keep the guy inside and not leave him because he was gonna leave her because of the way that she was acting and go back to this other chick that he was with. So she was actually trying to hold the man hostage. And when that lie came out, now everybody want their money back. Some guy end up sending her like $10,000 when he won like $1 million and wants the $10,000 back.
Hold up.
That's crazy.
Better yet, here's another video of what was it? Whoopi Goldberg talking to the women on The View, saying not to put your hands on anyone. And you see the rest of the women around on the table trying to defend why it's okay to hit a man.
It's the way they brought up. That's that mind frame, man, that they had.
So, Black Knight, what I'm taking away from what you're saying is to punch ladies in the face. All right, I got you, bro. No. That was a joke. Stereo people don't say no. The views and opinions of Knives 313 do not necessarily reflect the views of this show.
We're gonna have to kick you out of there, man. We're gonna have to disown you. Like, man, it's my first time ever hearing dude on the show. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Hey, I just, in full disclaimer, Nas, I'm still gonna get an email about that, bro. I'm just gonna let you know. In full disclaimer, bro, I'm gonna get an email about that. Let's go.
Man, I think the industry, is driving these relationships between these rappers. And we know how hectic the industry is. So, man, it's just gonna be crazy, bro. You gotta live a certain life to be associated with rap. So that carries over into your relationship. And I think that's a part of the industry that needs to change. Putting these young men in these crazy situations, that exist, that ultimately ends in gunfire, or you jumping on your girlfriend, or all your business being all over the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the part where you got to man up and say, nah, I'm good on that. And that ain't nowhere in my contract. But y'all go with it. So if that's the case, you know what I mean, you got to take what comes with that. If you Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, you know what I mean, not saying that this, you know what I mean, this is me talking, and y'all two labels kind of put y'all together to be in that, whatever the case is, and y'all both went along with it. Tory, you went along with it, say, you know what, cool. Because that's not in your contract. It don't say nowhere in your contract that I refuse to believe it says in your contract that if we pick you a girlfriend, you got to take her.
Man,
nowhere in there. So if you went along with it, because that's Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I mean? She look good. She getting money, whatever the case is. So it's gonna be a good look. And then things were left. You got to take that too.
You gotta take
it ain't no out for you. You got to take that because you should have said no. Like, nah, you know what? Because it's probably be a power struggle. She got her own. I got out. Like, it's for two people in a very good position. It's not necessarily. We would think that it would be easy. An easy 1 + 1 = 2. Let's get it done. In actuality, it's probably more of a power struggle because each one of them feel like we so independent we don't need each other. So now just be like, I am who I am. I ain't changing for nobody. He like, I am who I am. I ain't changing for nobody. I don't need nobody. And you got more of a stubbornness between the two, right? Fact. So if that's the situation, why would you? You know what I mean? Even y'all first couple outings, I'd be like, nah, I'd go back to the nah, this ain't gonna work for me. Nah, you know what I mean? It just don't fit. If I'm talking about my girlfriend, you know what I mean? Now, if y'all just want to kick it and do whatever, that's something different. If you talk about a girlfriend, then you still, no matter what the situation is, you got to pick what's right for you and who fits for you in your life.
This is what I say, just to his comment. If you don't know who you are, people can manipulate you to be what they want you to be. Meanwhile, you sign the artist, not the person. That's what you sign when you go to the label. You sign the artist. So if I was an entertainer, you sign Black Knight 24. You don't sign me as a person. So you're not gonna put me in a position that I feel like ain't good for me. And you gotta understand that. If you don't understand it, then they can play you. The artist is one that's under contract. But you're not gonna play me on whatever. I'm willing to get that money back up to keep my morals and my beliefs. So for me, you can't put me in a position that I don't want to be. If she toxic, bro, hey, look, yeah, y'all want us to be together? Guess what? We're gonna walk in the same doggone apartment complex or condo. We go up to the same floor. She go to 1, I go to 2. If that's what you want, cool. If I get paid for that, cool. If I signed to get paid for that, cool. But I didn't, I ain't doing it. Let's go to the queue.
Smitty, men are, yes, physically stronger, but women have a tendency to grab sharp objects.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Let me start, Artie. Artie, I just want to know. I mean, just for me. Because I Artie, you my guy. But I tell my sons this. I tell my brothers this. Artie, it looks like you're trying to feel like you can't move out of the situation. It feels like you're going to justify the act of reacting to their action. It just seems that way. Maybe I'm reading it wrong, but that's how it seems to me. Because every comment is, "Hey, did you see the video where on The View where everybody disagreed with Whoopi Goldberg?" And I get it. If you just showing me their mind frame, then hey, I understand that part. Okay, I got you. But it can come off as that you're making it seem like that if a man does something, it's because a woman is doing this right here. That's also dealing with bad people. You got to have a better judge of people as well. That's part of your job as a person when you're dealing with people, is having a better judgment of who that person that you're dealing with. Let's go to the queue.
I got a family member, and she told us that if her man don't hit her, he don't love her.
Tell that family member
type shit right there.
She need counseling. She need counseling
right there.
5 days a week, so she can get that brokenness out of her.
What you gotta say about that, Smitty?
She definitely need counseling, because that woman will get with a good man who don't hit her. I think that's the guy. One of the situation Artie was telling us about before. The dude wasn't putting his hand on her until she just kept beating him until he was like, "Hell, I guess this is what you want." That's that woman mind frame. I don't think you love me because you ain't hitting me.
But then you also get in that situation now either my life is at stake or my freedom is at stake.
Mm-hmm.
One thing you want to do, because these women normally find dudes that's not into that type of shit, and then you push them and you push them because that's what you want. That's not what they want. But here's the risk. There's a huge risk with that. If I'm not a normal violent person, that don't mean I can't be violent, right? That means I try to abstain from doing so, right? Or I've had a bad experience in my life and I don't really trust myself going there. You know what I mean? So I try to learn and keep my composure. But if you push a nigga far enough and he go there, why would you do that when you don't know how far he's willing to take it?
Big fact.
You don't know how far he's willing to take. You think, oh, nah, I'm gonna do this, he hit me. But if he hit you and now they feel like Mike Tyson beating your ass, you like, oh no, but that ain't what I want. No, that is what you want. One thing y'all gotta realize, and now y'all just in people, it's hard when you mad or pissed off or your adrenaline's going. It's not like you can control your strength percentage, nigga. It's not an anime. It's not a video game. Like, oh, I'm gonna hit this motherfucker with 10% of my power. You know, when you on red, it's just 100%. That's just it. Like normally for a dude not to use 100%, he normally slaps a motherfucker. Because if he has a closed fist, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, and we just regret the shit after the fact. Especially if it's instinct kicking in. You can't dial back power. It's hard to dial back power. That's why you try not to do it at all. Stop putting ourselves in these situations that forces a motherfucker who's back against the wall to get off that motherfucking wall and then cry, complain, and bitch or try to call the police after we just did everything we just did to get the motherfucker to do what we wanted them to do, just to realize after the fact that's not what we wanted.
Absolutely. Let's go to the queue.
You know, after I think about this, like Quavo, Jay-Z and Solange, Ray Rice, maybe the problem is niggas need to stay out of elevators. What do y'all think?
Nah, listen. You gotta relax.
Hey, the great thing about Nas is that he's gonna push the envelope.
At least he's thinking outside the box.
Hey, good or bad. Hey, maybe that could be the answer. I don't know, but
listen, if y'all out of town, draw girl, take the stairs.
Right.
I don't care what floor you on, take the stairs.
If you guess what? Somebody gonna see you there too. What's done in the dark gonna come to the light. Let's go to the queue.
Smitty, what was there to confirm? I told y'all guys I was going to get fucked up. Like, why you gotta do me like that? Why you always bother me?
I think she wanted to meet you at the elevator, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga said meet at the elevator.
Let's go to the queue.
Also, I'm gonna try this again. Hello, Smitty. How are you doing today? Are you having a wonderful day? This is the time where you tell me stuff.
Smitty, will you please get in here and speak to Nine? Now, don't do your boy like that.
He asked you how your day was going. He's trying to be nice.
And you over here acting up. This is your boy Black Knight 24. That is my homeboy, my main man, BLA Styles, aka Stereo Styles. We're here Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Central Time to 11 Central Time. Make sure you hit that follow us on here. We're on the road to 500. Make sure you also follow us on all our social media outlets. They're in our bio on our avatar here. Also, tomorrow we're going to stimulate somebody cash out. So you need to be following us on Stereo and all our social media platforms. We're going to give a giveaway tomorrow. So you need to be following us on all of that so you can get in the drawings to win. Let's go to the queue.
So I definitely understand the concept that a man shouldn't hit a woman. I get it. I can respect it. But I also have a son. And I teach him that no, you don't go off hitting a woman first. But I also teach him to defend himself. For example, he was in school and a young lady, she just would not keep his hands off of him. And then she spit on him. So when we had the teacher conference, I let everybody know. Now he's already asked her to stop. The next time he gonna fuck her up. And that's gonna be okay. And I'm just gonna come sign him out. Because at the end of the day, as we keep teaching our boys, you don't hit a woman. Teach your daughters to keep her fucking hands to herself because she's not a man.
Facts. Big facts. Big facts. You gotta do a better job, people, teaching. You gotta do a better job of teaching. Teach one. What to do, how to do it, what the situations are. You gotta be teaching that. First of all, whoever that parent is should have took their kid home and, hey, they gave him an old-fashioned whooping. That's what should happen. No parent of a son should ever hire. You shouldn't have to come up there and tell your son, because he has the restraint, not to put his hands on somebody's daughter. That should be okay. First of all, the school should get rid of her completely. If the parents ain't going to stand up for her and make sure that she understands the responsibility that she holds as a human being on this planet, then the school should do it for her by expelling her for the year. I know some people will say, well, that's kind of harsh to their kids. Hey, at some point, if you continue to ignore bad behavior, bad things gonna happen. So I'm gonna send that warning shot to you early. I'm gonna make sure you understand early in life, that's not what we're gonna allow. That's not what we're gonna condition.
Nah, the whole examples that I'm giving is basically, just like how they rushed in to try to save that chick that got body slammed, they should have rushed in to stop her from hitting him. You see, the whole thing is that y'all can't just have one-way aggression going on here. Y'all need to, if y'all want to have it that everything's equal, then y'all need to check her too.
Facts. Big facts. I kind of think I was just making sure that the viewers understood, or I understood what you were showing. But I wanted to make sure by clarifying what it was. Let's go to the queue.
There's only two ways that we could fix this. One, either you have women checking other women for putting hands on a man, or two, men are able to put hands on a woman. That's the only two options that I could think of that will have this taken care of. Well, there was the third option, either that you go with the chicks that are either going to get with the program or not, and let the other ones, go in a ditch somewhere.
Got a couple more for you, Artie. It's about understanding who you are and what you bring to the situation. I don't have to be in a situation where I got to deal with a woman that's going to put their hands on me. Feel like if that red flag arises, then I rise up and get out that situation. You got to start.
I'm going to add something after you finish, Coffee.
Okay. And you also got to understand, if you date somebody long enough, they can't pretend forever. A lot of times we're rushing into relationships because we want those relationship goals that we see on social media. But those people got there because they was in an intensive dating cycle. I want to get to know you. I want to understand you. If you understand somebody and you get to know them deeply and understand their pains and their flaws, you'll start seeing a person for who they are and not for who they say they are or who you want them to be. Nobody should be putting their hands on anybody for any reason. I'm not going to put my hands on you. I'm not going to lower my self-worth to your level. For what? I'm not going to do it. Because there's somebody out there who's looking for a good man, or a good man out there looking for a good woman. They out there. You don't have to tolerate it. Don't have to deal with it. First sign of it, bruh, I'm out. Just like the green light changes, you take off. That's how you got to do that as well. Go ahead, Styles.
Two things, really. You know what I mean? We are at our 15-minute countdown. 30-minute countdown, but we missed the 30, so we at the 15-minute countdown. We will be wrapping up this show, or are currently wrapping up this show. We got 15 minutes left. Whatever your final thoughts are, you know what I mean? Whoever you want to call out, whatever you got to say, you can get off your chest about the situation, about the subject, or about the subject matter. You go ahead, put that in the queue as we speak. I'm going to say one thing, then we're going to go to the queue and start, you know what I mean, getting y'all up out of there. Boom. So with everything that we've said, right, one thing I want you to take away, right, at least from me, I'm not blaming her. I'm not blaming her, right?
Right.
I'm blaming her, or to a degree, saying it was her fault that it went that physical, right? But I'm not blaming her for the situation being what the situation is currently. I don't believe she put out this footage. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure it was somebody at the hotel, right? I don't know, or it wasn't said to me that she called the police or got any type of news media involved in the situation. So she actually 100 for the situation right now. Like, in my eyes, they had an altercation. Whatever happened, and she ain't said nothing about it. She 100. She 100 right now. I can't take that away. Hey, me and my boo, we had a beef. You know what I mean? I might be hurt or whatever the case is, but guess what I didn't do? I didn't call the police on them. You know what I mean? We're going to go up into the hotel room and we're going to talk about whatever hell. We might go back for round 2 in this motherfucker. Who knows? But she ain't put that information out there to try to get him caught up or jammed up or something like that. I respect that. Now, if it is a situation you really feel some type of way and you was wrong, then hey, you should call the police. So I'm not saying that, hey, you should just take whatever. What I'm saying is she held her dude down, knowing her situation, or knowing that she started, or whatever the case is, or knowing that it wasn't that serious because the nigga didn't put hands on her. That's what I'm digging up in this particular case. Boom. With that said, she's still cool people to a degree. You know what I mean? She wasn't wrong yet. Although again, she shouldn't be putting her hands on motherfuckers. She shouldn't be putting her hand on grown men. She was wrong in that aspect. You know what I mean? Without wanting to deal with the consequences. All right, let me go to the queue.
Because if it does get to the point that, you know, if she puts hands on him and he goes back at it, at that point it's self-defense. If it's the other way, that, you know, nobody puts hands on anybody, then we're okay. Just straight up. Well, I'm mostly showing the mindset, because it is, you're putting a man in the position if damned if he do and damned if he don't. Yes, it's going to be somewhat in the middle of what you just said, because if he puts his hands on a woman, then in every other man's eyes, and even women, he's going to be considered as a bitch. If he doesn't put his hands on a woman and she puts his hands on him, guess what he's going to be considered? A bitch. So the only other options are either 1, stop dealing with them altogether, 2, it's a free-for-all, or 3, nobody touches anybody. You can't be, afraid of options but pro-decision.
He got another one. I'm gonna go to that one.
It can't be that, she puts her hands on him and it's all, girl power and all that, and, she is, just as capable as a man is, and next though, when he goes back onto her, after she put her hands on him, it's assault. That makes no sense. And guys, I'm pretty much sorry about how I'm acting, but that's because, those 3 times that I told you that I end up having to deal with, almost a certain situation like this. Those 3 times were basically like sexual assault. So, honestly, in my opinion, no man should be doing that to any woman, but also no woman should be doing that to any man without any consequences after the fact. Just period.
Alright, man, you ain't never gotta apologize to us, bro. We just owe it to all the listeners to try to disseminate the information that maybe they might misconstrue. You know what I'm saying? We know we've been rocking with you for a minute, so I kind of figured what you was trying to do. I just wanted to make sure the audience knew as well, and I took your comments out of line. So, bro, you always cool, man. You at home with us, man. Like we always say, man, when you hear you rock with us, man, say how you feel, and if we feel like somebody might get the wrong message, we'll clarify it for you, bro. Let's go to the queue.
Nah, bro, it ain't like no 1 scenario, 2 scenario, 3 scenarios thing. It's one option for everybody that you always gotta do. Don't be a dick. Just don't be a dick. When you about to do some asshole shit, just don't. It's real easy, Hey guys, have a great show. You guys had a great show, learned a lot today, I just want to say, everybody, let's make sure we keeping our hands to ourselves. We not, hitting nobody. If you gonna put your hands on a woman, it's to wrap your arms around them in a nice loving embrace. Shout out to Smitty, she like a good hug. But anyway, you guys be good. You guys stay safe. You stay humble. You stay blessed. You stay as awesome as you are. And until next time, tu tienes a comer culo.
I'm gonna let you get your party shot first. Style, go ahead.
Ooh, that's everybody?
That's everybody.
Ooh, what? And we early? Listen, man. Side note. Why didn't nobody tell me about these peanut butter cream Oreos?
Oh, you just getting those, bro? I thought you knew.
Man, these motherfuckers fire. These motherfuckers right here.
Yeah.
Peanut butter flavored cream. And they got the regular still, the Oreo outside. These motherfuckers is hidden in some milk.
Yeah.
I done went through a row and a half just sitting here.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck dinner. I ain't gonna even eat nothing. I'm just finish these.
That's dinner right there, huh?
Oh yeah, you want to give me the protein with the milk, you know what I mean? Give me some sugar with the peanut butter. Hey, I call that, it's a good night, you know what I mean?
I feel you on that, bro.
But with that, you know what I mean? Listen, I am your boy LA Styles, aka the LA Styles, aka Stereo Styles, the one and only. And it's been a good night, man. Again, we play around and just not every show is like super serious, although we do normally have serious topics. But it's a learning platform, you know what I mean? Hopefully somebody somewhere took away something. You know what I mean? It actually sounded like a lot more people was on the same page than I would have thought, you know what I mean? So actually, you know what I mean, we moving up pretty far, you know what I mean, in the world. For us all to be like, yeah, nah, man, it was kind of like, it wasn't that huge of a deal. We didn't see that huge of a deal, and that should have been between them. That's regular relationship shit. So I respect that. You know what I mean? We ain't here for no PR talk. We talking real life shit over here. And by now we got a following that's kind of like they real and they are who they are. So shout out all of them. You know what I mean? Shout out more people like Monet, Knives, or aka Knives. I mean, shout out people like Smitty. You know what I mean? Who's certified shit talker, but hey, you know what I mean? She's still cool people. Shout out to Askia, who's still in here. Reese is in here late. You know what I mean? As usual. Voiceover guy was in here. What?
Who guy was in there?
Voiceover guy.
Oh, he was?
Yeah. Shout out Artie. You know what I mean? And just some people I remember saying their names over time. You know what I mean? And Felicia.
Red Tree 12.
Shout out to your big sister. You know what I mean? She was up in here. But with that, man, again, I am LA Styles, aka the LA Styles, aka Stereo Styles, the one and only. You know what I mean? And we on this platform, we do take serious conversations, try to make light of a little bit of them. We don't play with them. You know what I mean? But we will make light of a situation and not make it serious all the way through for 2 hours. I mean, we'll talk shit or whatever the case is, but hopefully somewhere in this world of somebody listening to this, someone took something away from the situation, something away from the conversation, or something away from what any of us said. You know what I mean? So it's a learning experience. I'm hoping somebody somewhere learns something. That's what these conversations are for. That's what this podcast is for. You know what I mean? So we all got a place at this table. We can come and have these conversations like we friends, like we family. You know what I mean? Play and just say serious shit, you know what I mean? And then leave it there until the next episode. Right? With that, we hope you guys stay safe. You know what I mean? Stand in good health to you, your loved ones, your closest people, relatives, family, friends, co-workers, whoever that's important to you in your life. Stay safe, stay healthy with everything that's going on. It is hard times right now, serious time with the pandemic still in place. And we would send our best wishes to everybody for the most part. Normally we say that every episode and it don't ever change. All right? But to never change, then hey, we still hope y'all from day to day stay in good health from day to day. You know what I mean? I don't think you get more than that. Again, we are here at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. All right, Monday through Friday. Y'all go ahead and hit that follow button. Matter of fact, even though it's the end of the show, hit that share button because sharing is caring. That's all we ask. Sharing is caring, and hit that follow button. We on our road to 500. I would say subscribers, 500 followers. You know what I mean? So we can hit our next level. That's the milestone. You know what I mean? So that follow and that share helps us a lot to this road to 500. All right, and that leads us on our road to be verified. So we can bring y'all more things that we trying to do. Y'all make sure to tune in tomorrow for Freestyle. Is tomorrow Friday?
Yep.
Freestyle Friday. You know what I mean? We got a couple bars for people out here, you know what I mean? All off the top, don't come with no pre-written shit. I mean, you can do what you want to do. You know what I mean? But it's just a good time. It's like a party for us on Friday. You know what I mean? So we want to end everybody week on a good note. Some laughs, some jokes, chill. You know what I mean? Y'all get your nachos, tacos ready, whatever y'all gonna be. You know what I mean? Get your drinks, your Corona, sit back, and we just gonna be having a good time, laughing, joking. You know what I mean? Rhyming a little bit, and see y'all out. You know what I mean? To the weekend on a high note. All right. Peace from me. Shout out, much love from me and everybody over here. Y'all make sure to also go follow We Are The Initiated over on all your streaming platforms. We Are The Initiated, a podcast of our main group. We Are The Initiated, and best believe that myself and Black Knight are two of the initiated.
Yes, sir.
All right. On all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Deezer, everything. You can go find it. We Are The Initiated, and I do move these episodes, which I've been lacking the past few weeks because we've been doing so many. We're putting these over there. So your friends and family who might not be that interested in Stitcher can still hear the conversation, still hear the show, and your opinions on the show on those platforms if they got any of those. I will be working on that. I've been slacking a little bit. I've been tired, man. It's not our regular job. We both got 9 to 5s out here. That really takes like 9 to 7s, 9 to 9s out here. We ain't got no 8-hour jobs. But shout out to all my working people that's out here getting it in. Shout out to all my men that's out here, that's putting in work and taking care of them home, taking care of their families, taking care of their kids. Much love, much respect. We appreciate that, man. You know what I mean? They be trying to tear us down out there sometimes. All right, and mind you, I'm gonna keep it honest. I don't like deadbeat ass niggas. All right, you gonna be a whole ass nigga in my eyes, and I don't even need you over here. If that's you, you take your listen, take your view elsewhere. Goddamn. I'm gonna keep it real, dog. You know how I get, and I'm a little bit tired too. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. It's on you, Coffee.
Man, this is your boy Black Knight 24. And man, again, it's been a pleasure for you to be here with us. We had a great show, man. And if anything you can take away from this show is, man, that we need to do more. We need to teach more. We need to show people how to be better. We need to take situations like that situation, learn from it. Let's not talk about people. Let's get better. Let's show them the way. Let's show them how to get. And we will get better, man. Like he had said, man, make sure you're here tomorrow. We're doing a Stimulate Your Cash App. We're going to give a giveaway tomorrow to a lucky winner. So make sure you're here. We're getting shows for the next week. They're already running up. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to those. Make sure you follow us on Stereo. Very important that y'all follow us, because that is when you'll know when our show is coming on. Since we're not verified, we're not the first 3, 4, 5 shows that they're going to see. They're backing the guys who's already verified. So if you're liking what you hear, you're liking it, go ahead and hit that follow button so you'll know when we're coming on our road to 500. So that'll allow us to do better. That's allow us to get more giveaways away as well. Man, like you said, man, I wish everybody nothing but love, happiness, and peace. And man, for one thing I will say, and 2 things for sure. If you're a man or a woman, keep your goddamn hands to yourself. If you can't talk it out, you can't argue it out, you shouldn't be out there escalating to a situation. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's always watching. And for men in situations like that, man, take flight, man. It's better to move than get caught in a situation. Even though you might be right, people gonna turn in the wrong direction. This your boy Black Knight 24. That is the LA Style, aka Stereo Style. We have came to the end of our show, man, and we're truly humbled that you came out and you rock with us. Until tomorrow, man, peace, love, and nothing but respect. Black Knight, I'm out.
Peace.